Bloody hell, that's shocking. Oh.
RevelatorAlf.
Well, the heroic Harley is looking a little bit sorry for itself, in dire need of a clean. But I don't know. Is there anything better out there? Catch you inside. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. Hope you're enjoying the channel and the series of videos. Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below. Check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. So, in this video, I'm riding my Scaramanga. Yeah, Scaramanga, because it's got the 3 nipples there. Look at that, look at that. There we go. And I still say it's the heroic Harley, as you know, because I love the bike. Now, but there's lots of other options out there, aren't there? There's lots of other bikes, and you know, I'm a great lover of all motorcycles, but you kind of start wondering sometimes, well, are there any bikes better than the Sport Glide? Well, for me right now, no, there isn't. But let's talk about in general. Are there better bikes than Harleys? Are there better cruisers than Harleys? I suppose that's more the point. Are there better cruisers or tourers than the Harleys? Which you could say really dominate the market. Well, look, I think, first of all, you know my feelings about comparing bikes with bikes, but I think in this category, I think you can compare Harleys with other types of bikes. So let's just say, I don't know, the Kawasaki make a great tourer. Obviously Honda Goldwing make, you know, great tourer. Are they my style? No, I actually don't particularly like the look of them, but there's no doubt they are great bikes. I mean, you know, that new Honda Goldwing has got so much tech on it, it's unbelievable, and the Kawasaki as well. But then you're not really buying that for any kind of soul, are you? You're kind of buying it because it's just a great bike, it rides great and all that kind of stuff. You want the smoothness of it, you want the I don't know, reliability of it, so the Japanesey type of it. You know, it's just a great bike, isn't it? Let's have a look at other bikes that are not tourers. I don't know, performance cruisers. I don't know, the Ducati DFL. That is consistently now coming in the top 10 bikes. In fact, I think it's topping off the preferred bikes now in many ways in that sort of performance cruiser market. Great bike. I mean, I'm not that a great fan. I mean, I think the latest incarnation of it, I think, looks really cool. But I think a lot of these bikes, whether they're Italian, Japanese, German, but you know, they kind of have similar looks about them sometimes. You know, the tail looks very similar. They all kind of feed off each other. There's a lot of cross-fertilization, whereas with most Harleys, you know it's a Harley. You know it is. There's something quintessentially Harley-ish. That's not even a word, is it? But you know what I mean. Maybe other bikes are better in terms of technology. Maybe other bikes are just better at... There's a Harley Davidson. Look, there you go. Oh, lots of bikes outside there. Anyway, maybe other bikes are just better in terms of rider comfort, in terms of technology, you know, all that kind of stuff. But let me put this to you. Do you necessarily buy a Harley Davidson because it's got the ultimate technology on it? Do you necessarily buy a Harley Davidson because it's the best rider comfort, the best mileage, you know, per gallon, you know, all this kind of stuff? See, I would argue that we don't, or you don't. I don't think you buy a Harley Davidson because it's the best at a particular thing. It's just that you buy a Harley Davidson because you prefer that kind of style of bike. You like that style of bike. And let's not forget, the Harley goes beyond the bike. It goes beyond the brand. It's a whole lifestyle. It's a whole image thing, which, let's not forget, other manufacturers only wish they could have. They only wish they could have that amount of brand loyalty, brand identity. Look, are there other bikes out there? Look, I know the Japanese over the years, all the Japanese manufacturers have made great cruisers. You know, the Suzuki M109, the Boulevard, I think it was called in the States. Great bike, great riding bike for sure. Again, these things about appearance, well, that's so individual, isn't it? It's such an individual, subjective thing, whether you like it or whether you don't. Have other manufacturers produced better quality bikes? Well, that's arguable, but let's just say they have in certain respects, or they've led the way in technology. Yes, in some cases that's true. Have Harley Davidson been slow in catching up or keeping up in the chase? Yes, I think that's fair to say, isn't it? You know, but again, it always comes back to the original point. Do you necessarily buy a Harley Davidson for all that? Or do you buy something that you think, do you know what, this kind of brings me back to a little bit of old school riding. This is a bike I know that there's so many different accessories and spares and custom options out there. It's just going to be a great bike for me to work on, put my own stamp on. Whereas, let's say if you go and buy the Kawasaki Tourer, which name I forget, you just put it in the comments below, you know the one I mean, the one that's similar to the Honda Goldwing, you know, all these kind of big bikes. Well, you're kind of buying a bike and that's it. You don't really do, yes, you can do some customization to it, I know that, but in general terms, people don't, do they? They just buy the bike, that's it. Whereas Harley Davidson, you're buying into something else. Now, whether you agree with this whole thing or not is kind of irrelevant, really. Oh, here we go. White line marking. Ah, marvellous. Wrong, I'll have to get past this. There we go. Now, I suppose the reason why I'm making this video is not because I necessarily think that other bikes are better. I'm not necessarily saying to you that there are better options, because again, for me, it comes down to a personal thing. You know, I suppose when I got the Sport Glide, I didn't realise how much I was going to enjoy riding it, how much I loved it, and how much it would stand up to the kind of pressure that I'll be putting on it. And you know what I've done with it, you know, I've tested it, I've gone on long distance rides, endurance rides and fuel test rides and all this kind of stuff. I've taken it in all sorts of weather conditions, and it stood up to the challenge. Now for me, that is a great bike. A bike who doesn't let you down, and you think, you know, and it just keeps on delivering, you know, time and time again. I'm not saying that other bikes couldn't do the same. All I'm saying is the Harley Davidson, the Sport Glide for me, did it. What I love about this bike is that, as you know, because I'm not a Harley, I don't have Harley heritage, I'm not a Harley guy, you know, in inverted commas, you know, but what I like about this Harley Davidson, and all the other Softails for that matter, is that they ride properly. They ride, you know, put it into a bend, it will go around a bend and you'll come out the other side in one piece. You know, there's balance, there's, you know, it just works properly. That's why I like it. Can other bikes do the same? Yes, they can. So what is it? What is it that attracts you to the Harley Davidson and maybe keeps you there, as opposed to going for a different option, let's say? Forget about whether it's a better option or not, a different option. It comes down to choice, it comes down to appearance, it comes down to aesthetics, it comes down to that feeling, that connection that you get with, you know, any bike, isn't it? That's probably what gets you over the threshold into the dealership. You know, the look, you like the look of it, you like the sound of it, you like the image of it, let's say. But what will actually get you to buy one and keep the ownership of one is because you just love it. You just like the rideability of it, I should say. So there's no doubt in my mind that there are other bikes on the market that are just as capable, or that can give you a similar kind of feeling. I don't think there are other bikes on the market that kind of give you that connection with a brand or connection with a lifestyle. Now, some of you out there, and in fact I don't blame you for this, might say, look, Harley's dead and that connection is all bogus and it's all bump and it's all low rubbish. Look, yeah, I'm not trying to big up Harley Davidson brand here. All I'm saying is that there's traditionally been that connection and that's been that lifestyle and loyalty. Is it changing? Yes, there's no doubt about that. Right, so look, let me just put some out there for you. Ducatis with their sort of performance cruiser, Kawasaki, Honda. Okay, let's talk about Triumph. Have made some, you know, in the past, some half decent ones. Let's talk about Moto Guzzi, of course. You know, one of my favourites. You know, odd looking bikes, but I actually always had a bit of a thing for them. I've got to say, I'd love to ride one. I'd love to go and test ride one. Yeah, would I say to you that it would give me the same feeling as a Sport Glide? Well, put it this way, I certainly hope not, because I love my bike so much. But I'm always going to be open-minded about other bikes and other, you know, bikes and what they can deliver. And for me, as I say, it's what they can deliver. This Harley Davidson, this Sport Glide delivered, and it has delivered, and it continues to do so. Would another bike do that? I don't know. I'm not so sure. Let me go this way. I'm not so sure. By the way, this is a prison on the left-hand side here. Well, it used to be a prison. Now it's all closed down. They tried to turn it into a museum, but now I think they're trying to sell it off for something or other. Maybe flats. Maybe you can go and live in a cell. That's not a bad idea. And on the right, we have commercialism and office blocks. On the left, we have a park. Marvellous. Anyway, enough of the tour. Right, so I think I've actually gone the wrong side here. Let me just kind of buzz my way around here. Oh, knee down. Maybe not. There we go. Right, yeah, so look, it's up to you. Look, I think this is a good discussion. I think, look, many of us, or many of you, would be loyal to Harley Davidson. Many of you would be loyal to, maybe not Harley Davidson as a brand, but you're kind of, you've got a real strong connection with the Sport Glide or with any other Softails. But do you think that there are other bikes out there that are just as good or better than the Harley in terms of purely the cruiser or the performance cruiser market, or, you know, or the tourer, let's say, you know, the ground that Harley Davidson covers? Now, I suppose, as I say, one of the reasons why I raise this up, because the biggest spectre in the room for Harley Davidson, in my opinion, is Indian. Whilst they don't have anywhere near the market share, they are making loud noises, and that's the thing. It was started to make some noises with Victory. Then obviously, you know, Indian sort of Polaris decided to pull the plug and just go ahead with Indian, but essentially there's a lot of crossovers there, isn't there? But they're making now this new Challenger that's come out, you know, and there's a bit of anti-Indian feeling, maybe an anti-Harley feeling. Maybe let's talk about the their technology. Look what they're producing. Why don't Harley do that? All that kind of stuff. It's all raised its ugly head, hasn't it? Really. But I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? I mean, look, there's no doubt that Indian are making some good bikes, good quality and good technology they're introducing in those bikes as well. Good performance, everything. Again, appearance, I'm not so keen on some of them. Some of them I think are pretty kick-ass. Some I'm not so keen. Mostly I'm not so keen on the front end, would you believe? The headlights and the front mudguard or fender. But anyway, look, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Let me just go in here anyway. And, you know, are there better bikes out there? Are there better cruisers? Or are you just thinking, no, Harley for me, that's it? And I kind of, you know what? I think I'm in the same boat as you guys. Yeah, Harley for me, that's it. Right, catch catch you on the next video. Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below, check out the website RevelatorAlf.com, and I'll catch you again. Right, I need to go in here and get a big black sheet for my studio or workshop or whatever. You'll find out shortly. Ta-da!